afternoon to each and everyone. This is Jagdishwari from 3rd ELCS CA section from Lendi Institute of Engineering and Technology. Now, I am here to present my activity regarding to ELCS LAB, which is case study. Now, we are here with our senior Monica. Hello, Monica.
Hi,
How are you?
how are you?
Yeah, okay. Recently, I got to know that you attended many interviews and also you got selected in that. Okay, let me know what is your experience in your interview.
It was a fabulous interview. It was like a face-to-face interview directly. So at starting, I was a little bit tense, like how I should face directly. It was my first interview. It was in face-to-face. So I was a little tense, like how I can, or how I will, whatever I have learned or taught. It was all completely different, like how it's the process and all. So
Yeah.
it was good to know all about.
Okay. What are the important things that we should have while attending an interview?
The most important thing you should have is your resume or your CV.
Yeah.
But first, you should know the difference between your resume or your CV. So basically, we all generally carry CV or resume. So resume is best thing as a fresher to carry. Like we don't have so many things to include as a fresher. So resume is okay. So when we carry our resume, it's the best thing. Like we should all mention what are the things we have done, like the certifications, internships, or the extracurricular activities, or the technical or soft skills that you have, or mainly the project
Yeah,
that you have
okay.
done.
Um, as per you are telling about your resume, let me know that, okay, what are the main events that are focused by HR to select a person in an interview?
As I already mentioned, the only things that they notice is that how many number of projects you have done, what are your technical skills, and where you're good at. Like, what is your best thing where you can do? Like, it can be a programming language you're good at, or it can be communication. So, this basically see on your skills.
Yeah, okay. As everyone,
Yeah.
I mean, as a software engineer, every student know that there are 4 levels in an interview round. Okay, could you please describe what are the 4 rounds that are happened in our college as it is related to campus?
So, the first phase is like written, or you can generally call like aptitude test. So, basically, we include some aptitude things. Sometimes it can be a technical tool included within that. So
Yeah.
it's generally totally a written test. So when you qualify the written test, so that there will be sometimes it's an optional, it's this phase is optional. Like there can be a GD round, or it can't be based on the recruitment process. And the third thing, when it comes like it's a technical round, like the TR will be asking the questions based on your technical skills, what you have mentioned in your resume. So it's totally based on your what you have mentioned and how good you are at your basics in the technical knowledge. And then finally, when you clear all these rounds, you can get the HR round. It basically upon they just see your gesture postures, that is how you behave, how you walk, how you talk, some common things but that makes the biggest difference.
Yeah. As it
Yeah,
was your first interview attended, what is the, I mean, there are 4 rounds, right? As you mentioned. So in these 4 rounds, which is difficult
yeah,
round to you and what's make, I mean, even you got selected, you are also, I think you are also interested in the next, I mean, next placements. So what is
yeah.
your idea to overcome your, I mean, to overcome your last experiences?
It was a bit in technical round where the questions they have asked somewhat, even at a stage, like I was confused, like it would be that or it would be this. So I was just thinking to just go more in technical basics. It's all a basic thing about it. they didn't went too deep, but it was just basics. But what we actually think, like they will ask very deep, we just want through deep concepts. But they ask the basics. But when we study about deep, we forget the basics. So I was like, okay, we'll just cover basics and then we will dig into it. So I want to improve in that.
Okay. I think you got to understand what is your, in which area you should more focus
Yeah.
on. Okay. Could you please give your suggestions to our upcoming attending students so that, which stream they should focus on so that they can improve and they can attend their, interview confidently?
When you clear the written test, so basically the first question everyone is going to ask is tell me about yourself. So
Yeah.
basically you should just know what you should talk about it. Like you should include what are the certain things that you should include in your tell me about yourself. So it should
Mhm.
be about sometimes a minute or it can be more also. But don't just talk about like 45 seconds or 50 seconds. Just don't go into seconds. Be in minutes until and unless sometimes, okay, okay, now they will move to further question. So tell me about yourself is the best thing you should learn. I can say just learn. Okay, on the spot, not generally everyone can tell what are the with same sentences formation and all. So it's
Yeah.
better to just recite it and learn. Then when it comes to after that, just go on basics. Whatever you have mentioned in your resume, just have a view like what you have written in it. Have a
Mhm.
basics knowledge on what you have written in it. So that even they could ask you about something, you can just tell about something or other thing you know about it.
Mhm. Okay,
So
as per
yes,
your suggestions to our to our parallel students or even juniors, you are telling that we should more focus on our communication. Even in that communication, we should morely focus on tell me about yourself. That means that 5 to 15 minutes of talk will decide our interview whole long. Okay,
yes.
and could you give any suggestions that means in a communication round for any fresher?
Like basically when in your college also you get some like activities like group discussion and all. Get more participation in it. Like where you have to listen and then you have to speak. So the communication will also be there. When you listen, you can also speak about it. So doing some activities, or you can also do some reading a novel or a book, whatever you like, for English fluency, or when you talk, how the word should pronounce. You all will know it.
Okay. What is that verbal test that happened in our campus?
So verbal test that I have faced is in Hexaware. It was a verbal test. It's a Versant round. So it was basically about they will say a jumbled sentence and we should correct it, or they say a sentence we should repeat it. Some of that kind of situations or scenarios were there in the Versant round. So basically, you have to listen what they have asked and you have to speak about it. So
Yeah.
that helps a lot. So first listen what they say.
Okay. You are saying that it's related to English lab activity that is listen to speak means what we'll listen, we have to speak on that. That are many activities related in our ELCS lab that is peer-to-peer discussions, group
Yes.
discussions, and one time, at a time we should talk in a 1 minute. A lot of,
Yeah, jam sections.
yeah, I got many opportunities to perform my performance in on stage. So thank you so much for your valid information. I think it's also helpful for me and my students also. Thank you so much for spending your time.
Thank you.